backstage, cause it's about to go down.
And as you do backstage each and every week, yours truly, the voice, Mr. Sadwell Fair, the DL Marshall, and welcome backstage where we give you the hottest music, interviews, talk, and topics this side of heaven, plus all the funny you can handle. And normally I got my own air ride or die, my comedy comrade Bam Brown, but he's out this episode. But hey, man, we still are capable of interviewing these great vocalists right here, man. One I'm just meeting today, one I've known for a few years. And so we're going to get into the journey and history of this industry of entertainment movement. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your hands together as we welcome backstage. Man, this guy has produced, he has drummed, he has performed for many, many of your favorite celebrities, a lot of joints that you guys have loved to play in your cars and in your homes. He has been the producer behind it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for none other than Mr. Eric Seats. How you doing, E?
I am well, Soldier. How are you?
I am doing very well, man. And we cannot put this group together without bringing on the very lovely, none other than Miss Jaya. How you doing, Jaya?
Doing great. Thank you.
Hey, man, put your hands together for her. And together, you guys have come and made a collaboration called Uphony. Amen. So, hey, Eric, Jaya, let us know and let the viewers know how you guys came together and what is it that you guys have put together under the Uphony.
I'll give the first half and I'll let Jaya finish.
All right.
We met on Instagram, so shout out to Instagram.
Yeah.
I found her on Instagram. I came across, I was scrolling. I don't remember if it was on someone. I scrolled down and I saw her, and I heard it was like she was promoting her music. I forget which song it was. And then I saw that she had a few songs that she had put out, and I listened to all of them, and I'm like, dang, she's tight. So I inboxed her one day, and I'm like, and then that, and to top that, I saw that she was located in Philly.
So, Philly, and the sound of Philadelphia, home of some legendary songstress and song stylists.
Yes, indeed. And so I hit her up and told her, I was new to Philly at the time. From there, Jaya.
Yeah, so it was like we got the ball rolling very fast. He started sending me beats, and then we got in the studio and just started creating. It was literally like boom boom, like back to back like that. It was communication, and he kind of I sent over a few like singles that I already had just so he had an idea of like my flow, and we kind of just combined our two creative sides and made it one. And
wow.
We're here now.
So you being from Philly, man, some heavy hitters that came out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And some of those names are Earl Melvin and the Blue Notes, Teddy Pendergrass. Is it Jaguar Wright? Man, just on and on and on and on. Who influenced you, Jaya?
Phyllis Hyman is one of my favorites. As far as like writing goes, Static Major. Is very like I'm very influenced by him. Aaliyah, Anita Baker, and a little like I love to listen to as far as male vocalists. Will Downing was another one. That I liked, but those are like my top. But I would definitely say for sure, I loved Phyllis Hyman. I loved the jazziness that she embodied and vocally and her image, and then Static. His creativity was wow.
That was a very beautiful, statuesque lady, and I don't care what some of the documentaries or some of the gossip blobs pull up about her her presence was elegance, and man, that was a sultry. Her voice was like velvet, man, just smooth. It was just smooth. So you got some good training that you looked at. Now, how long have you been singing?
I've been singing for as cliche as it may sound, for as long as I can remember. I started writing when I was in like middle school. I started writing, and I started actually recording. Like the first time I had ever recorded was my freshman year in high school.
Okay.
And from there it was just like I had to, like, I loved it. Just record, just the process of recording alone. Yeah, I love doing it. So
that's dope. That's what's up, man. Welcome in Backstage. You just now joined us. We have Mr. Eric Seats. We have the lovely Miss Jaya. They together are Uphony. And please, y'all, tune in, share this, put up your hearts, because I love being on the first floor of when a collaboration or something special is about to bust loose. You know, a lot of times radio personalities, television personalities, a lot of industries get behind things once the engine is rolling. But I love to catch it at the conception, man, so I can say, I remember when. And that perfect segue, man, I remember being up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin with a group called the Soul Stirrers. And I was like, wait a minute, Soul Stirrers? I thought those was old guys. I'm a quartet head. And when I say you guys took quartet to a whole nother space, man, just from the years that you have put in Seats, and finally it seems as though you get a chance, because when we first met, I could tell that you were more than just a drummer, but you were so comfortable just faded to the back, playing the back. You didn't have to be up front, but you could tell you had so much. What about Jaya that you see that want to combine together to make this collaboration?
It's funny. The first thing I noticed was the quality, because she was independent. I saw that she was independent.
Yeah.
Quality of the material that she was putting out was very tight. And then as well, I guess I could kind of see her work ethic, and she's willing to do by herself and for herself musically and visually. And I'm like, okay. And she comes off classy, like, so I can see why she brings up like Phyllis Hyman and Anita Baker, because they're elegant women, you know.
Yeah.
She falls into that category because everything doesn't grab my attention, if you know what I mean. So
yeah,
that quality right there was, and I'm like, okay. Her pen is crazy. Her pen is tight. Her production choices were nice too, because I remember asking her who produced that stuff that you've done thus far. Yeah, so and I didn't know what gave me the idea of teaming up with her, as a band, because I guess this would be a band.
Yeah.
But it seems like I trust what she does musically, and like I said, that pen is no joke. I just heard another song today that she sent me earlier. Tripping off. I like it when you. I guess if as producers, you want to know if somebody gets what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everything she does it just fits. It just lays right on top. And another thing that I admire about her is she doesn't do too much. She doesn't fog the track up.
Yeah.
But with a bunch of acrobats, and it's just a laid back, kind of well-rounded world sound, And I'm like, all right, let's. So it was tight how it just kind of just
blended, literally.
Yeah, it just blended, and I think it's been like almost creeping up on 3 years, Jaya.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I was looking at how sometimes it pops up in your feed a certain anniversary.
That's insane.
But and I saw one of the songs that we first did.
Found Me.
I think it wasn't even Found Me. It was Relaxed that popped up in the feed.
Oh.
How long ago it was. I'm like, dang. So that means Found Me was even before that, which is
yeah.
And I'm thinking like that's crazy, because I know I can see where we're headed. And there's some new stuff being worked on right now that we can't wait out of here.
But it's a beautiful thing when someone can catch your vision, and you haven't, like, it's easy when you've grown up with somebody or you have a friendship with somebody, you can catch a vibe, but creatively plus musically, that you can come together and you can see one another's vision and you can complement it and implement yourself there without subtracting the others, man, that is dope. And it's something you said, Eric, and Jaya, if you want to join in and elaborate on that as well, when you said she doesn't do a lot of acrobats or unnecessary runs. I don't like yodel running, and like it'll make me take a record off with a, and I'm like, you know, hey, enough, man. Can we just get straight to the end of the verse? So that being smooth and knowing the placements of where to lay your vocals and where to lay your ad libs and where you lay your runs, is that something that came natural to you, Jaya, or is that something that you worked at?
It's natural with every production. So I will literally listen to the beat, I'll feel the beat, and I pick up if dancing was audible, that's what I'm doing. I'm literally vocally I'm dancing with the beat.
Now, so are you pop locking with your vocals?
No, it's more like contemporary.
Y'all have to excuse me. April set y'all up, and shout out to April. What's happening, Miss Cuts? She set y'all up with a radio personality that happens to be a stand-up comedian as well. So I'm gonna insert some things. So just look at it as a green room conversation more than an interview.
It's appreciated.
Yeah, you guys got it locked. We got Eric Seats, we got Jaya. They together are Uphony, and man, it sounds as though they got some creative funk getting ready to come. When somebody tell me picture dancing out my vocal cords, and that's what you gonna get. And with the names now, you mentioned that one of the highlights, or one of the people, Jaya, that you looked up or were creatively influenced or liked was Aaliyah. Eric, you got a chance to work on Aaliyah's project, one of her biggest, and if not the last hit that she had. Take us through a journey of some of Eric Seats' travels through this industry.
Man, yeah, rest in peace, baby girl, and rest in peace, Static Major. And they were both two very huge inspirations to and gave you such a confidence because they just accepted the work. Shout out Rapture Stewart, Key Beats. That's, you know, Eric Seats and Rapture Stewart. and Static was just effortless. And shout out to Missy. Shout out to the whole crew.
Yeah. Salute. Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Tim. And rest in peace to Magoo too. We just lost a legend. Yeah, we just lost one, man, a solid one. So rest in peace, Magoo.
Rest in peace to that soldier. Yes. It's just, but you know, been in the game for a while. Shout out to Timbaland is the one that saw Rapture and I's vision and accepted it, you know, and embraced it, and it was a snowball effect after that. You know, we were just grinding, bro.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how you can come up with historic work, but you don't realize it when you're in that creative space? You just, like you said, trying to get something to hit, man.
Yeah. I tell the story all the time, really, and what ends up being the biggest hit was Rock the Boat. It wasn't really a favorite of mine initially.
Oh, wow.
And so a lot of times we as creators get in our own way too, or we over-process and overthink. And, you know, less is more. All those things sometimes when you're in the, you know, we trying to, but then when you know, it just ends up being, that happens a lot, but, you know, learning lessons too as well, but I'm grateful.
Definitely. Hey, Jaya, did you know who Seats was when he reached out to you, or is that something that you had to learn man, I got greatness reaching out to me. I got a soldier that's been in this industry for some years. That laid some bricks. Did you realize who he was?
Yeah, I knew who he was. Um, but it was it all really happened so fast. It was more like a moment of disbelief for me because it was like, first I thought it was like a fake page, and I was like, what is going on here? And but then everything started happening. And I remember watching him and Rapture on the Aaliyah DVD, talking about, like, I was like, oh my god, like I can't, like, if manifestation is like really a thing, this is like literally it, because I'm working with like one of my favorite producers.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's crazy looking back. It's awesome.
Especially the first shot out, like, hey man, like how you said,
yeah,
I recorded something in 9th grade, and then something as simple as we get up, we got our phone in our hand, let me put something on the app, let me put something on the gram, and you hope somebody see it, but really you ain't thinking no Eric Seats is about to reach out and see
I would
you.
have never thought. I would have never thought. Seriously.
Yeah. So those of you that are trying to break into the industry, let Jaya situation, let Janelle Monáe situation, let Justin Bieber situation. Hey man, if you feel that you are that dude, you feel that you are that chick, man, put your stuff on the gram, put it on, push it, man, and you never know who you might push it in front of, man.
Yeah.
Again, we got Jaya, we got Eric Seats. The name of the new group is Uphony. You are backstage with yours truly, the voice, Mr. Savoir Faire, the DL Marshall, and we got a hot conversation going with two hot conversationalists today. And Eric, man, ever since I've known you and I've seen you doing your thing, man, you have had some of the greatest musicians around you. And what that says is you can't be around that much greatness without having that much greatness in you. Man, how are you feeling when you look back and where God has you now?
I'm glad. That's a great question, because iron sharpens iron, if you will, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for the musicians and producers that he's blessed me to be around. I can't believe it a lot of times, man. And you almost kind of question yourself, like, dang, because everybody's a beast, and there's but there's some very special, rare ones out there too. And I'm like, it's a privilege and an honor, and it's still an ever growing scenario too. I'm still meeting and getting to play with new cats. No, I won't say they're new, but it's like my first time getting to work with them and things like that. And I'm like, I'm ever grateful, and I don't take for granted being afforded the opportunity to be able to and say it. And I mean, seriously, have that conversation amongst the instruments with these cats, man. And shout out to all of these impeccable icon artists that I've been able to work with too, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to play with those musicians. So shout out. And I have no war stories. I don't have
that's dope.
I've been on a lot of tours, and I don't have any bad things to say about any of those beautiful, talented people.
That's dope.
It's been a blessing. They make me better.
Yeah. Seats, do me a favor, man. Go ahead and pop your collar. I know that you are a very humble brother, man. But when you get a chance at your age to still be as young as you are and have a resume like you do, so people watching just know you didn't just come. Man, just name a few. Take your time and talk about who you have played with, produced for. Man, just go ahead and take them on. It's about you.
I'm gonna just start from the beginning. Montel Jordan, John B, In Vogue.
Hey, Jaya, when he said In Vogue, I said too, but I said it for a whole nother reason. It was a whole nother reason why I'm over here. I'm like, Go ahead,
Hollister, Dave Hollister, Kelly Price, Deborah Cox,
Mm-hmm.
Khalees,
Ooh.
the Soul
Milkshake.
Sisters, Layla Hathaway.
Oh yeah, that blew me away.
Woo.
Tamia.
Wow.
I know I'm leaving out folks, but it's
So many.
yeah, it's been a nice little road, Cat.
Wow.
Oh
man,
Alicia.
congratulations and
Yes.
double salute to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Following your passion, I'm pretty sure that, you know, having all those nights of rehearsals, all those days of rehearsals, sometimes you like, man, I'm about to put these sticks up or I'm about to stop. I'm tired. And then you push a little more and then you see the fruits of your labor, man. Kudos, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I never feel like that. So I'm grateful to still have that drive because I never get tired of this.
That is dope.
Excuse me, I just want to go grab my AirPods. Sorry.
Okay. Because I was just about to throw you a question too. So you scurry on back. Don't do me like Rick Ross did 85 South. All right.
Okay.
Rick said, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back. So Seats, when I got a chance to see you behind Layla Hathaway, man, that musicianship plus that voice, man, she's an instrument in itself. But for you guys to be that type of thing, you see, we have a segment of the show called Dang DL, and that started by I asked Virtue maybe about 6-7 years ago. I asked Virtue a question, and they like, "Dang DL," and then Melvin Williams from the Williams brothers. So I'll throw one out now. Who was probably the most talented ensemble you went out on the road with, and then tell me who probably was your favorite, if they're different. So you got to say Dang DL if I hit you.
That's too hard.
Yeah.
that is too hard. But I'll tell you, I guess if first impressions were everything, my first that I call real music director. Well, rest in peace to my father, man.
Yeah.
Because my dad was a monster musician and producer himself. So that was my first inspiration. But professionally, man, I have to say Chappelle Crawford.
Okay.
Pastor Shep now.
Oh no.
He really kind of yeah, him and Roman Johnson's another one.
Yeah.
They're just some very excellent music directors. But I don't want to get into naming them because I got something from every single group. And they've all been like super solid musicians that are still working to this day.
Yeah.
Those that are still with us. Yeah, killing on big major things.
So Jaya, when you listen to Eric's resume and then the tenure that he has in the industry, let's just jump 10 years ahead from today, but speaking into existence today. What is some of the things you want to reflect back and say you did, and that's what you set out to do, on top of the accomplishments that I'm sure God has for you? You have no idea.
I think it's for me really it's limitless. Like but I think my main goal is to I want to tour internationally. That's like something that I really look forward to.
Yeah.
Just the experience and meeting people who I can relate to musically. I think that's like a great thing, and just seeing how my music has touched people is like that's my main goal. And to be able to inspire others.
Yeah, definitely. When you first start out on this journey, I know sometimes we have a bucket or wish list of our favorites that we would love to collab with. What would be some of your wish or bucket list, Jaya, that you would love to collab with?
Honestly, let's see. Lately, I've been like, Giveon.
Okay.
I think would be like a really good. I think if I had this, like, I think we would blend well as far like vocally and almost style wise. Like it's both very chill. So I think that that would kind of balance it out.
Okay.
That's really, there are other people too. They can't, they're not coming to mind right now.
Gotcha. Now here comes that doggone comedian in me. So if you had the opportunity to open up for anybody in the world right now, but you had to do it for the next year and a half, who would it be?
Who's that?
Say that last part again.
What did you say, E?
Who's that question for?
It was for Jaya first, and then I'm coming back to you.
Who would I want to open for?
In order to get that opportunity, you would have to do it for the next year and a half, though.
Is it okay if I say I don't know if I don't know.
You got to pick me
for the
one.
next year?
Give me one. Yep.
Who's even out right now?
You know what? If you don't have an answer, you see what they say behind me? You may as well go on and say it.
What's that? Dang.
I'll let you off the hook. You go on and hit it with the dang, DL. Look, sometimes it just makes you say,
dang, DL.
Yeah.
Dang, DL.
So, E, same question to you, bro.
Woo! Creatively, Sting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Economically, Taylor Swift.
Hey, Taylor just left Kansas City. And woo, I think half this city or over half of this city was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy when she was in Philly. It was insane.
2 nights in Philly.
So much traffic. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, those are two I didn't see coming. Though, yeah, definitely.
You know,
I could see Sting for sure. Like I would personally
that into existence.
I would love to see that. I would
there you
love
go,
to see that.
Yeah. Hey, Sting, man, you know you be looking at Backstage Pass. You heard what Eric said. You heard what he said. Go on and do it. Hey, you backstage with yours truly, Mr. Sad Wildfare, the voice, DDL Marshall. I've got Jaya. I've got Eric Seats. They are together, Uphony. And man, we have talked a lot of musical history in a short span of time. And you make sure you go look them up. And we're going to get their social media handles and how you can get this hot new music that is on its way out and the music that is already out before we let them get out of here. But I thank you guys so much for taking time to give you time. I know that East Coast versus Central Standard Time can be a booger. What are some of the hardest conditions that you would say to write up under, Jaya, and then Eric to produce up under?
Okay, so I'll go first. Chaos. And the environment, I'm very particular, has to be, I don't have a specific way, but I know it when I'm in it. And if I'm not in it, I can't write. I get blocks. I can't focus. So it has to be, I guess, it has to be a vibe for me.
Yeah.
Can't be, even if someone could be in the room with me and they don't have to say anything, if the energy is off, I can't, it's so strange. But
no, I get it, because that's like that when it's certain people I can be in a room with and we can create content, we can create, you can have jokes and stuff like that bouncing off each other. Then there's some people that come in the room and it's just like, whew, I'm exhausted. So I get it.
Yes, draining, very draining.
I get it. What about you, Seats?
And the question was some of the hardest conditions?
What would be one of the hardest conditions for you to be productive producing?
Energy has everything to do with being creative for me. So I'm about ambiance. I can't have it has to, for me, I need people around that have a purpose.
Yeah.
But we don't need the amen corner. Or you know what I mean? Or
hey, if you ain't finna get in this booth, if you ain't writing on this track, you don't need to be up in here.
That too.
And here's
this
my
is not the club, the lounge.
I call that the lab. So if I was a scientist or a doctor and I'm going in the lab, I don't invite people to watch me operate.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so I treat the studio that way as well. And so I think that's how you get things done.
Yeah.
And I'm about getting it done. And I need peace. And that solitude is important to me. Even aromatherapy is important to me in the lab. And it's just a vibe. And like she said,
man, I got candles burning right now.
I keep them.
Yeah. I think mentally too. Mentally, I have to be in a clear space. I can't be stressed out. I can't be in a mood. I have to be in like a neutral space mentally.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that's a big thing too.
Definitely.
For me, anyways.
It is dope to see new creativity being birthed. And I can't listen. I'm holding you guys to it to shoot some new music over to April so she can shoot it over so that we can get it in front of the people, man. Now, this is what I'm going to do. Cliffhanger. So I've been going Jaya first because I'm a gentleman. We're the gentleman of comedy. But this time I'm going to put the veteranship in front of the youngster, right? When we come back, I want you guys to give me a title for the soundtrack of the Mississippi, or the Montgomery, Alabama chair soundtrack. If you was to write a hit song for what happened on the docks in Montgomery, Mississippi with the chair, what would the name of that song be on the soundtrack? Both of you will get a chance to give me your submission to the soundtrack after this. Hey, man, you got it locked to the hottest music, talk, and interviews topics this side of heaven. We are DL's Backstage Pass Conversation.
Salame.
Thank you.
Hey, yo, what it do, man? It's yours truly, the voice, your man, Mr. Sadwa Fair, the DL Marshall, host of DL's Backstage Pass Conversations, radio and YouTube show. And guess what? You can catch us on iHeartRadio, Spotify Radio. But right now, you're watching us here. So don't you dare change a dial. If you're watching us, subscribe on YouTube channel I70MMBE. If you're listening to us, subscribe iHeart, Spotify.
Hey, what's happening, man? Yours truly, Mr. Sad Warfare. It's everywhere. As you can see, it's a dang DL moment, but we want to let you know right now that while you in between catching flights, go to our friends over at Low Cost Airline, 1-800-507-3777, and you can go everywhere like Mr. Sad Warfare. Tell them DL sent you. Once again, tell them you heard it backstage. Low Cost Airlines, 1-800-507-3777. Hey, look here, I'm about to go catch this flight because you know how they get when they shut that door. They don't want to let you into the aircraft. But again, you want to take a flight, you want to be everywhere like Sad Warfare, tell them DL sent you. Call over. Low Cost Airlines, 1-800-507-3777. Yeah, all right, man. I'm on my way.
Hey y'all, it is Sean Lee House of Sean Lee House Photography, and I'm backstage enjoying my favorite radio show and podcast, DL's Backstage Pass on Marsh Media Backstage Entertainment.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the hottest music, talk, and topics, giving you this hot conversation with our special conversationalist, Mr. Eric Seats and Miss Jaya. You know him as Uphony. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So we gave you a little homework before we got, and it looked like did Jaya run away? Did she Rick Ross me? Did she Rick Ross me? So what we'll do is, Eric, it looks like you in the hot seat right now. So if you had to give a track to submit to the Montgomery, Alabama White Chair soundtrack, what would be the title track?
Oops Upside Your Head.
Perfect. I love it, man. I love it. So when we had a chance to have 3TOB on the show Backstage, man, we got a chance to talk to Elijah and the guys, man. And I said, wait a minute, you mean to tell me Jubu that was with the, oh man. So that goes back to the testament of you saying how many great iconic musicians that you got a chance to play with. Real quick, man, how was those days with your brothers, man? I mean, Nissan, you got Teddy, you got Warren.
Teddy,
oh man.
Warren.
Yeah.
Craig. Yeah, that was, I think I named everybody. And then, you know, on the album, Eddie Brown, Mike Burrell, D-Loke Walker.
Wow.
Section. Those cats it's effortless. So, you know, a lot of those songs we made up just messing around before rehearsals. And it's just like, okay, that's the idea. But yeah, it's just effortless with them. You know, I miss them cats.
Yeah.
All very, you know, very, very talented musicians and producers, very accomplished, all of them, and still going, and
man.
still,
yeah. I'm good friends with Griff, who is on air with Erica. So yeah, man, it's this entertainment world is one small ring, man.
It is correct.
Yeah, especially when you get the good people, it even gets tighter, man. Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do, Seats, is we're gonna welcome back to the stage none other than Miss Jaya.
Welcome
back. Now, I thought you ran away, Jaya. I ain't gonna lie. I thought you Rick Ross me, but she's here. You made it back. So, did you get a chance to hear what Eric's selection was?
No, what was it?
Good. I'm not gonna tell you. So, if you had to make a submission to the Montgomery, Alabama White Chair soundtrack, what song selection would you do?
What's this song? Don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff.
I like
I don't know the title, but that's like the first thing that comes to mind.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we got Eric went oops upside your head. So don't start no stuff, don't be no stuff. And so mine would be the message. Don't push me, cause you know that's yeah. Yeah. That would be mine, man. Dope. So what do we have to look forward to coming soon from Uphony?
Oh my God. So shout out to Cuts, Mr. and Mrs. Cuts again.
Yes.
Him, because we now have a broader reach, but they can look forward to some new music, some new and I'm glad to be able to say we have a sound, you know. When I go back collectively to everything that we've done thus far and the things that she says yes to track wise, I'm starting to see what our thing is, you know. And I'm glad that it's different. It doesn't really blend in with what's going on, because neither one of us, I don't think like that, and I don't think she thinks like that either. I can hear in her writing, her choice of lyrics, that she's not on that either. So y'all can look forward to some music magic. I wish I knew the definition off the top of my head. I'm having a brain fart right now of the Uphony definition. But Yeah, very nice melodies, smooth vibe over some like.
I think it's just a good blend of things. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more music coming, a lot, and videos as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Get us that.
Can you guys
too.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You gotta. You know what? You have a very positive freeze frame on your screen. You know, normally it seems like when your screen freeze, it catch you with your mouth open or something weird. You have the perfect freeze frame right now that it just looks like you are still with us.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't. I was like, can y'all hear me? No.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, you
Okay,
see, just
great,
move.
great.
They freeze tag and you're it. Yeah. So, but I'm so happy to hear that message because I'm so tired of the cookie cutter sound on the radio. I'm so tired of the recycled produced tracks. Like, I'm not even saying the same producers. I'm saying the same track. I mean, it slowed down an eighth of a beat, sped up a fourth of a beat. Yeah,
or the samples.
Move a snare or a horn, add it, but it's the same music over and over and over. Thank you guys for being realists.
Yeah, thank
purists.
you. Yeah,
visionary.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, and I believe in that. I believe there's too much creativity out there.
Oh yes.
I mean, I really don't pay attention to the mainstream because I know what the plot is, you know. But there are, shout out to all of those independent artists that are getting it, that are very musical, that are very creative, that are not
original.
And that's one thing too about Uphony. You won't hear a negative song. There's a clever way to word anything, you know. That's what Jaya does very well. So, yeah, it's not anything typical from us.
And what I love and what it looks, when you said Phyllis Hyman, and then when you came up on the screen, I am so refreshed to see a beautiful young lady, but she's not forcing her beauty. She's not forcing her attributes. It's like, okay, I can't help how I look, but you're going to accept this talent. And I just say, man, keep putting that talent ahead of anything else. And one testament is we've mentioned her a few times. That's Layla Hathaway.
Yeah.
Layla should be killing the charts.
Yeah.
But I love the fact she stays true to Layla.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm glad you said that too, because that's one of the things initially that caught my attention about Jai is the way she chooses to carry herself online.
Yeah.
That presence. So you have no choice but to take the music seriously because of, it's not too much on you. She's not not forcing anything. And I'm like, I was like applauding her for that alone. I'm like, that's tight that
Yeah, I would not. That's not my thing at all with forcing.
Yeah, and that's not my thing either.
Right.
It's already a plus, and then she's talented. So, and first and foremost, I'm like, all right, let's roll.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like the two of us together is just trouble.
I love it. And you know what? I think a lot of bands need to go back to that, like the OJs used to say to other groups, like, hey, tonight I'm gonna need you to email me my shoe, or FedEx me my shoe. It's like, well, what are you talking about? Yeah, once you pull my foot out your tail, just send me my shoe back. So I love that energy to where, it ain't no joking around here, man. We gonna sing, we gonna do it live, we not auto-tuning everything. Man, producing is one thing. Auto-tune, yeah, we ain't got over and over.
That's the first thing I say as soon as I get in the studio is no auto-tune, please. No auto-tune.
Definitely.
We're not
can't stand it. Yeah.
Man, we've had a great
we both
conversation.
understand there's a time and a place for everything, which is why we blend so well.
Definitely, man. And when you guys both said the energy, I see that both of your demeanors are very mild, and it's not to say we all have our demeanor once we get around loved ones and get around friends and families. You know, we all can turn up, we all can get loose, but it seems as though your demeanors both to collab with each other are on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit of a yin and yang. It's a little bit of a give and take, but it works. And so, like I said, I'm excited to get the music so that we can present the music. And I will say this real quick. All of you that are watching, please support Black-owned media. I could still be at a station, but I decided to move away and do it Marsh Media ourselves because I got tired of being told, you got to play this. You got to play this. Now it's coming up. You got to play this. Now, if you play that, it's got to be in this slot. It's got to be in this space. I have the freedom to pick what it is I do and don't play. And what I love about our format is we'll play something, maybe 2 or 3 shows, and then we'll pull it back a little bit and then implement some others. And then we'll formulate it again, give people a chance to taste it, love it, miss it, bring it back to them. And it's so much music, man, to where you don't have to play the same song every other hour. You don't. So I'm going to appeal to all artists. When you see that there is Black-owned media, subscribe to that Black-owned media. Push that Black-owned media, because that's an outlet that you can send people to hear your music. So yeah,
for sure.
We applaud you, Soldier.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And it's artists such as yourself that take true to what your gift is. You share it, and it needs a platform. And so it's no red tape. It's no politicking backstage. If it's hot, it's hot. And that's why we say we play the hottest music first, then interviews, talks, and topics this side of heaven, because people want to hear something fresh. And one of the biggest compliments we get is, man, who was that? Man, I ain't never heard that before. I love breaking music. I mean, you know, back in the day, you made your chops as a radio personality breaking music.
Yeah.
So artists, I don't care if you are entertainer, singer, poet, author, comedian, come on backstage, man. Break it. Yeah, break it. So if you guys had any important words to your following, we'll go Jaya and then Eric. And then also in that same order, please, where can we follow you? Where can we find music from you guys?
My main message, which is always my message, is to stay true to yourself and don't let nobody take you into a direction that's not you. And you can follow me on Instagram primarily. It's Dose of Jaya. That's D like dog, OSEOF like Frank, JYA. And then Uphony, which is this one does have an EU. So it's EU_PHONY.
Got you. Now, Jaya, I'm old. I'm old. So you see that name right there? THEEDL Marshall. On all social media. Please follow me so I can follow you back. And then I will tag you guys so when you can share this episode with everybody. All right, please do that. Seats, what would you say and how can we find you?
I would say follow your heart. And this one simple cliche, do unto others as you want things done unto you. And be brave in your creative space. Be brave in your endeavor, and be honest with your music as well. And then you can follow me on primarily as well. So that's at Eric Seats 333. And that's pretty much the handle on everything is Eric Seats 333.
Okay. I can remember that. How I get to 9333. All right, I can get that. So one last favor before we get out of here. Jaya, then Eric. So Jaya, somebody come up to you. I got this cold beat. Man, you got to hear this. And it's garbage. How do you tell them? No, This ain't happening. How do you tell somebody that beat ain't hitting?
Do you have anything else? Like, I think I would ask if they had anything else.
Uh-oh. And then she'll walk off. She said, do you have anything else? And then she just walk off.
Come back.
Yeah. She will walk off. You ain't got nothing else? All right. What about you, Eric? So, hey, man, I can blow. Oh, man, you got to hear me. Oh, man, you're like, oh, yeah, hit some. And then, I mean, it's flat as a soda that's been left out 2 days. How do you tell them?
I tell them to compare to something that they really like and that they admire, and take them. I always tell people, take yourself outside of yourself and listen back to it as another person. Would you support or would you buy this? And that's a hard answer. You know, most people are not going to be honest with themselves.
Yep.
So I think there's a you know, it's been different ways. I've had to do this a lot, and I judge it by that person and how they deliver it. But I've been known to. I think I've asked like if you could get a vocal coach, somebody to help you out in certain areas. You know, there's a nice delivery for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I probably go off of that person's energy to probably how I answer that. But I am honest, though. I am honest. I won't lie to them.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back. She showed y'all how she would do it. She'd be like, hey, you ain't got nothing else? I'll holler. She just walk off. She just walk straight out. Bam. There you go. There you go.
No.
Me, myself, I probably be like, yeah, no. Yeah, no. That's about it. You know, as soon as people find out you tell jokes, it's like, oh man, I got this joke. Tell me if you heard this. No, man, I ain't heard that. Don't let nobody else hear that either, bro. Just no. Put that in your pocket. Yeah, put that one in your pocket. When people, people feel they find out I'm on radio, they like, hey man, my nephew sang. Normally when it start off like that,
yeah.
Hey, did you get that email or that MP3? No, man, maybe it went to my spam. Let me go check and see.
Let me just play it for you. Let me just play it for you right here.
So if you know nephew Junior really ain't the lick, but you promised his mama that you would look out for him, and you done emailed your music, and I said it was the spam. I lied, man. It just wasn't there. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you guys, man, for sitting with me, man. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all put it up for Uphony, Eric Seats, Miss Jaya, Philadelphia Sound coming at y'all, man. They said it's like nothing you've heard before. Right. Man, welcome back, Real Soul R&B. Thank y'all so much, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, no problem at all. Don't log off just yet. I got something I want to set before you guys. And we'll set it up with HL and with April. But y'all hold tight. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, give it up for Miss Jaya, the one and only Eric Seats. You know him as Uphony. I am the voice, Mr. Sadwar Fair, the DL Marshall. You know you can catch us each and every day on local markets from DC, Virginia, Milwaukee, Chicago. Go find the location in your city. Look it up. If you don't have it in your city, then please, ma'am, please, sir, subscribe to us at our iHeart and our Spotify stations. We're on every podcast platform there is. Just look up DL's Backstage Pass. Hit the subscribe button. Ring that bell. Don't worry about looking for us. You ring that bell. We'll pull up on you every time we drop something new. If you like watching us like you're watching us now and you prefer to see us more than you want to hear us, then go to YouTube. We are on channel I-70 MMBE. That's channel I-70 Marsh Media Backstage Entertainment. And we are starting October 1st on the EGO network. So you can watch us on the EGO television network, as well as the Now network coming November 1st. Don't forget, we also are starting our taping for Backstage All the Funny, man, where we're going to be presenting the world's favorite, funniest, and newest comedians to you. That's right. So we're going to be taping November the 11th, Backstage All the Funny. Man, y'all ain't going to want to miss that coming the spring of 2024. All right. So, man, as we say, and always remember, the gospel of Jesus Christ is contagious. Catch it. All that you do, do it godly. And if it be God's will, we'll catch y'all backstage, giving you the hottest music, interviews, talk, and topics this side of heaven next time. Be blessed.